you ready? Are you ready? Let's go!
Do you have absolute certainty on how you go from hello to yes on what you're looking for?
Sean is a master. He teaches. It's not just about sharing the formula with you. It's about making sure that we learn.
I went from $100,000 in debt from law school to having no money and starting my own law firm on my credit card to selling it 4 years later.
Sean and I, we co-created massive victories in 2 unwinnable jury trials, which are recognized nationally now as top 100 jury verdicts.
To be even on the same track with you, who I respect and admire and love with all my heart.
Never again submit. You're not better and you're not less than any human on earth.
When you shared with us about the Unblinded process and the mastery sales training, I just went, wow.
Sean will gain proximity to the most influential and powerful people. He will find out how he can grow their business, how he can help them personally. But the third thing that he does is the most important. Sean serves without an expectation of getting anything in return.
You have very, very high-performing colleagues.
22 years ago, you transformed my life as you did all these people's lives over the course of time. I couldn't be more grateful. Let's hear it for Tony Robbins.
I don't see him as a lawyer, and I don't see him as a blind person. Someone who has subjugated his ego, who has taught me what serving really looks like.
You have this incredible ability to just have unconditional love for everyone, and that is just an incredible gift.
The moment you have been waiting for.
The American Blind Association is the first new face and voice of that association since Helen Keller.
Formula for formulas, which is exactly what I've learned from Sean. It's a language-based predictable model. We will have over 300 new sales meetings this month.
This superpower in the world that is attainable for you is the ability to influence people. If you believe that, say yes. If you believe that, say yes.
Do you think that worked?
Welcome to The Real Raw. Bella, Sean Callaghy. Hello.
Yes. Hello.
We have an extraordinary group of gentlemen here today.
It's all dudes again. What's this? The He-Man Woman Haters Club, Gina Ricci? Are we back to the He-Man Woman Haters Club?
Well, Bella and I are
rascals?
surrounded by extraordinary gentlemen today, so that's what that was the plan, and here we are.
I see how you operate, Gina Ricci. I see how you're operating. Okay, so who do we got? Let's drop in.
All right, coming from Encinitas, California, Chris Husong. A friend of the Influence Sorceress, head of marketing at Green Sky, CEO of headshop.com, brand manager, sales leadership, marketing authority. He's a public speaker. Welcome, Chris, to The Real Raw.
Thank you for having me. It's great to be here.
Hey, Chris, how are you?
I'm doing well. Great to meet you, Sean.
Great to meet you. My apologies for being off camera right now. We're working on it. But Chris, what is your fun fact?
My fun fact is my whole existence is basically to create a wonderful world for my English bulldog.
That is truly outstanding. What is the name of your English bulldog?
Chunk.
Chunk. So Chunk, the English bulldog for the future ruler of the world. Is that where we're going, Chris?
That's it.
Now, Chris, I thought your fun fact was going to be that you are a white man that knows like every single word to most every rap song on the planet.
Yeah, that's true.
I've never met a more whiter man than Chris Husong that knows more rap songs in my entire life.
Oh, well, you have to have Chris go head to head with Rob Gill. Chris and Rob Gill have to have a white man rap off.
That'll be fun.
Yeah, on that fun fact, Bella, recently I did the 23andMe, and I'm 0.3 Nigerian. So that's where it all comes from.
Perfect. Chris, very impressive, my friend. Welcome to the party. Encinita is in the house. Gina Ricci, and who's rolling with Chris?
We have this former Marine. Thank you for your service, Greg Babley, coming to us from Rockland County, New York, financial solutions provider, former restaurant manager, and a guy that cannot sit still for very long. So he does all kinds of activities to keep going. Welcome. And he's apparently buying shoes for Bella. I don't know. That's what I heard. Welcome, Greg, to The Real Raw.
Thank you. Thank you for having me. Nice to meet you, Sean. Thank you for bringing me on board. Apparently my profile is growing. I thought the shoe thing was just a joke, so I didn't have to get my credit cards ready at one point of this event. So good to be here.
Taking bribes for who gets to go first, Sean.
Yeah. So Greg, here's my, first of all, thank you for your service and keeping us free and having the ability to laugh and have fun and be silly and crazy and enjoy our capitalist world. So thank you for your service, sir.
My pleasure. Thank you.
Thank you. Now, let's say a friend of mine once said, I'm not saying this is true, that how come when a man says, give me your digits, it's a phone number, and when a woman says, give me your digits, it's a credit card? Greg, any thoughts on that?
I'm lost on that one. I'm lost. You got me, Sean. But if the answer comes to you or anybody else has some feedback, I'm all ears.
Now, listen, I didn't say that. I didn't say that. I just said a friend of mine said that. So, like, I don't know if he's true. I don't even know what he meant, Greg. So,
well, if he figures it out, maybe he can let us both know.
That is perfect. So, Greg, what is your fun fact?
My fun fact is that I can't sit still for a minute. I can't sit through a ball game. I can't stay in my seat for very long. I love to multitask. I love to be productive and effective, but I have to be on my feet. I have to be moving and bouncing around. And sometimes I do it to a point where I get a little sore or I get a little beat up, but it helps me sleep at night. And I'm just happy to be active and vertical, because the alternative is certainly much less desirable.
That is true, Greg. And listen, I love when we have like a left coast, right coast matchup on The Real Raw. We got left coast and right coast in the participant seats. And Gina, we got some judges. Who got us some judges?
All right, sticking with the left-right coast. From the right coast, Mr. Dominic Canatelli from Delaware, 24 years in finance, 14 years in mortgage, senior loan officer. Welcome, Dominic, to The Real Raw.
Thank you, guys. Thanks for having me.
Dominic, thank you for being here, my friend. May I ask you a question, since you hail from the great state of Delaware?
Absolutely, Sean.
Okay. So listen, I love Delaware, first of all, and my daughter is about to transfer to the University of Delaware. But I do have an interesting question. How come the University of Delaware are the Blue Hens? Like, could you imagine for a second, like, Blue Hens? How is that possibly a mascot for athletic teams? Like, help me with this, Dominic. I might be missing something. I might be. Is there something like uniquely tough about Blue Hens?
It's a really interesting question. I really don't know the origin of it. I mean, it definitely is interesting. Delaware is so small that we've taken onto it. I mean, the Blue Hen is almost become, a mascot of the state. It's our college, and they've actually, they've won a couple national titles. So it's our only major sport that we really have in Delaware. So Delaware's got, I think, 800,000 people in the entire state. So it's very small, very close knit. It's everybody knows everybody. So you don't need social media. Word travels fast here.
Yeah, and also home of one of the top youth elite baseball destinations in the country, Sports at the Beach, just outside of Rehoboth. So I have a lot of affinity for your great state in my heart and my soul. A lot of trips there with my son, so as well as my daughter coming there. So Dominic, thank you for being here. What's your fun fact, Dominic?
Yeah, and I'll say one other thing real quick before the fun fact. Your daughter's going to love the University of Delaware. It's a great school. They've done a great job with that area, so she's really going to like that. I promise you.
Thank you, my friend. Thank you.
Lots of fun facts. And again, it's great meeting you, Sean, and appreciate you guys having me on. So try to throw one out there is, I've always kind of been ahead of the curve and always been one of the younger people anywhere that I've worked. I started in finance when I was 15 years old. I told everybody I was going to work at MBNA America. When I was 14 years old, they were in the cafeteria. I was working at McDonald's, and you couldn't start working there until you were 15. And people would start laughing at me like, "Yeah, okay, but yeah, I've been in finance since I was 15 years old."
That is absolutely extraordinary. And where were you working?
MBNA America. Back in the day, the credit card company.
Yeah, no, I'm fully familiar. But you said you were working at McDonald's when you first heard about them?
Yeah. I was like 14 years old. That was my first job, and I was like, this is not what I want to do. I would fit much better there. My mom was actually working at MBNA, and she was telling me that they had like a high school program. So once I turned 15 and was eligible, I went and got the job, and the rest is history.
Well, I have a fun fact coming up. I'm not going to share it yet about McDonald's. So we will have a little bit of fun with that one, and it has something to do with Bella Rita. So
that is fun.
Greg,
and
welcome to the park.
Sean, like Chris put in the chat of where the University of Delaware, how they explain the blue hen mascot. So if you ever want to know this, we now have this information.
This is perfect. Thank you, Chris. Much appreciated. Thank you. That is absolutely extraordinary. So we have Greg as a judge, and Gina, Dominic is a judge. We have Chris and Greg rolling. And Gina, who do we have to help Dominic in judging?
All right, back to the left coast, Sean, coming from Long Beach, California. Ooh. Yes.
Wait a minute. Why is it? Do we only have people that live on the ocean? Like, this is fun. This is amazing. We got like ocean states and ocean states. So yes, Gina, who do we got?
We have Mr. Dave Stasel, managing director and partner at Aspect Real Estate Partners, committed to excellence. This gentleman is this extraordinarily successful man. I believe you said you were a friend of Dave Meltzer, and he is an avid golfer, skier, all the outdoor sports, and creating magic for lots of people in the world. He learned the formula to make life better, and he's called upon often to inspire others to do the same with wealth building, investing, and business development. Welcome, Dave, to The Real Raw.
Hey, Dave. How are you, man?
Good, Sean. How you doing? Nice to meet you.
Yeah. Nice to meet you. Any friend of Dave Meltzer's is a welcome guest here. Dave's been on the show. I've been on his shows. Dave is awesome. And so are you. Thank you for being here. I've heard extraordinary things about you. And how about, Dave, your fun fact?
My fun fact, I would say, probably one of the funnest facts was in my younger years, I backpacked around the world for 5.5 months and visited 30 countries. And it was a pretty cool experience.
Oh, man, that's awesome. What was your favorite, if you have one, country, or maybe one of your favorites that we might not expect?
It's funny. I get that question a lot, and there's 2 countries that really stuck out. Obviously, the first one that people go, oh, there's no surprise. I usually pick Australia, which is a good one. But the one that really surprises people and they kind of fall back is when I say I spent almost 3 weeks in India. And as far as culture and experience, there's nothing like, spending a full day and a half at the Taj Mahal and really understanding their culture and history. Europe's great and all that, but there's just something about India. And it's funny that years later, I do a ton of business with the Indian community. So
that's awesome. Well, what's funny, Dave, is it's funny that Gina loves the Taj Mahal, but the one she goes to is in Atlantic City, New Jersey.
I get it. Probably a little different, but that's, yeah.
I was just having some fun. Gina's not going to Taj Mahal, but
there's probably some shopping there too, I would imagine.
There definitely is. But Gina's fun fact is, in fact, that she does get chased around the Jersey Shore by rock stars that might want to make out with her. And that is a true fun fact. And like real rock stars, like name brand, top of the world, top of the food chain, like headlining on Rolling Stone magazine. So that's Gina Reach's fun fact, Dave.
Oh my goodness, Sean Callaghan. Oh.
Yes. So Gina, who we got to roll with Dominic and Dave as judges? Come on now.
All right.
Come on, Gina. Come on, Gina.
From Westlake Village, California, Mr. Bruce Board. He's a rock star in insurance, Board Insurance is his company. He's a motorcycle loving husband, father, and dog dad, and he is somebody who loves Mondays. Welcome, welcome, Bruce, to the Real Raw.
Thank you. It's good to be here.
Bruce, yes, welcome to the party, my friend. It's like California, East Coast, West Coast, back and forth. What is your fun fact, Bruce?
Well, I thought about this, and then I realized I'm wearing a woman's shirt. It's not that I like wearing it. This was my wife's shirt, and it has, I don't know if you can see it, it has flamingos on it. She loves flamingos, and it's just a really big thing with her. It was a long story. We did a what do you call it? A thing where you, a fundraiser for our church where we stuck a bunch of flamingos in people's lawns and told them we would remove these if you paid $20 to the church. Or you could let them sit there for a week and then we would take them to someone else's house. And that's how we raise money for our church. So flamingos are a great way. Flamingo flocking is a great way to raise money for your church.
That is fun. Let me go put something in your front yard and have you pay me to take it out. That is brilliant.
$20, I'll be gone tomorrow.
That is perfect. I love it. I love it. Bruce,
how many
welcome
people
to the
left
party,
the
my friend.
flamingo for the whole week?
Some did, but then some bought insurance. I'm an insurance agent, and for a mere $18, you could have them not show up at all. That was great. Insurance.
Extraordinary. Gina Ricci, where are we going?
All right. Last, certainly not least, also from California, Playa Vista, Mr. Alex Tillman, converting great products and ideas into success. He's an entrepreneur dedicated to health and wealth. Welcome to the Real Raw.
Hello.
Alex,
welcome to everybody.
Yes, Alex, we got California in the house today. This is extraordinary. What is your fun fact, Alex?
I'm Axel, by the way, not Alex, but it's always what I like to say.
Sorry.
It's not what your eyes see, it's what your mind wants to see. Fun fact, it's actually not about me right now, because we heard today about 23andMe. I just got yesterday a video, and a couple filmed taking the saliva of their leguana. And the results came back 51 Appalachian, 49% African American, and they love filet mignon and everything else. So the post clearly said 23andMe is a fraud.
All right, there you go.
That is amazing. That is amazing. So appreciate that, brother. And Gina, I want to get the right pronunciation.
Axel, sorry, my bad. I just got twisted. Axel Tillman.
Do you remember Axel Rose? Axel Foley?
Yeah, I like Axel Foley as well. True. It's
yes.
a great access point from Beverly Hills Cop. Yes.
Yeah.
So Axel, welcome to the party, my friend. Thank you for being here.
You're very welcome, Sean. Thank you for having me.
Yes, beautiful. So Gina, we're up to the sales and influence sorceress. Like the influence sorceress. This is the woman, if you want to source talent. Is that my feedback or no?
Yeah, your feedback's been really bad the whole time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, thank you guys for, please feel free to let me know. Thank you. So we're going with the influence sorceress right now. This woman started selling crafts on her front lawn as a top. Today, she is the chief influence sorceress, chief cook and bottle washer, the creator of Aligned Talent, sourcing marketing and sales talent everywhere in the world to help people grow and scale their business. In between, so what's her credibility to do that? She became a 7-figure earner in the space of network marketing, graduated from, and by the way, in her teens, and then graduated from that to go on to become the #1 business broker in the state of Nevada. Not 5, 4, 3, or 2, #1 in the state of Nevada in her 20s, crushing it. I think you're still in your 20s though, Bella. What is your fun fact? Welcome to the party, Bella Verita.
Ooh, I feel like I'm gonna go with. I'm trying to think of the last concert I was actually at was with Chris Husong, and I'm pretty sure I was the only white girl in the whole place.
That is a very interesting fun fact, Bella Verita. Outstanding. Outstanding.
Chris,
And what
Chris,
concert was that?
Chris likes to go to rock concerts, and he's like, let's all go. Well, and his daughter was there, so I guess I wasn't the only one, but it was definitely a very interesting, a really interesting show. That's for sure.
Very, very cool. Excellent. So Bella Verita's in the house. Gina, we're ready to roll. I will go with my fun fact is this. I surfed in New Jersey last Thursday. I surfed in Costa Rica on Sunday, and I surfed in New Jersey again on Tuesday. That will be my fun fact for the past week. And my additional fun fact is that I just decided that since Bella Verita, when is the last time, Bella, you had a McDonald's hamburger?
I don't know, 20 years ago. Please don't tell me you stopped at McDonald's. You're gonna make me nauseous.
Bella Verita, I have a McDonald's hamburger for you. Yes, ready for you. So yes, that is. We're gonna place a bet, and if Bella loses the bet, she eats the hamburger. So there we go.
No, there's
yes,
no way that is happening.
Welcome to the party. So Gina Ricci, we love you. Welcome to the multiverse all. Gina, we'll see you soon. Thank you.
See you all soon. Ciao. Hope to see you again. Thanks, Sean.
All right, awesome. Bella, who's going first?
Well, since we had such a big deal of it, I'm supposed to be getting a pair of shoes from Greg, but I feel like Chris is ready to go. So, and I love my friend so much that I think I'm going to put him on the spot. Chris, are you ready to go?
Always.
Let's do it.
All right.
Awesome.
So, Chris, who would you like Bella Verita to be?
Bella is a debutante from old money, and she's looking to invest in new industries.
Ooh.
All right. Bella, you're a debutante from old money. Let's take us in.
Hello, this is Bella.
Hey, Bella. This is Chris. How are you?
I'm excellent, Chris. How about yourself?
Great. Hey, I've been talking to some friends, and they asked me to reach out to you because they expressed that you had some interest in the new emerging markets of cannabis.
That is, it is of interest. I was just with Melissa Etheridge a couple weekends ago, and been learning a lot about the cannabis space, and it is booming like crazy as more and more states become legal.
That is true. It is true, and hopefully federally legal here real soon.
Oh, I didn't even know. Is that a thing? Is that on the
thing? Now we have that. We have an excellent possibility in the next few years with the current administration. So lots of fun things could be happening here soon.
Now, does that mean that a cannabis can be shipped to me anywhere I'm at, and it's no longer
once it's federally legal?
Wow, that's exciting news.
That is exciting news.
Yeah.
So with all your friends and the great ones that connected me to you, what is it that you guys like to do together? Is there something that you guys get together and learn and play at? Or what was the most recent thing that you did?
Well, I would say the most recent thing I did was I was at a private concert at the Rock and Rescue with Sierra Lindley and her wife Beck. They're both super athletes, world champions, and they had a private concert with Melissa Etheridge to raise money to help the end of horse slaughter. And so I would say, I was there with Sean and some other Unblinded team members, and I would say, we do love, giving back. We love contributing to the world and making a difference. I'd say that's what we like to do for fun.
That's awesome. So a lot of community, a lot of fun at the same time.
Yes, definitely.
That's great. Well, one of the things I'd like to present to you is a thing I'm creating. It's called headshop.com. And it's a new community that's being built so that people can get together, take their love for cannabis or their interest in the cannabis, and learn how to use new tools, find new things, connect about how to improve their lives and biohack their world so that not only cannabis, but other supplements can help upgrade their lives.
Wow, that sounds very interesting.
It's pretty cool. Overall, what we're doing is most people think of head shops and stoners and cannabis as,
Definitely.
a waste of time or couch locking or maybe even Beavis and Butthead.
Yes,
right? They might think of that kind of world. But what we're trying to do is create the community of where you used to get together and work on something as a group, like you were doing at the concert.
Yeah.
Where you guys can share your experiences, share your information, and learn more. Do you know a lot about the cannabis world?
I don't, and I've got to go in about 15 seconds. So what are you seeking?
So what I'm looking for is somebody to want to invest in that website. I'm looking for somebody that wants to learn about that community and somebody that wants to help me build something that gives back not only to people interested in the cannabis world, but have all sorts of different issues in their lives that want to improve upon them, including perform better.
Most definitely. I've got to run right now, but we can definitely continue the conversation.
Awesome. Great talking to you, Bella. Thank you for your time.
Thank you, Chris.
All right, Chris, excellent work. Excellent. Greg, who would you like Bella's reader to be?
Oh, you're
muted, Greg.
I don't remember doing that. Maybe when I got my facts. Sorry, guys. I would like Bella Vita to be a loss mitigation officer with a bank or a lending institution, somebody who is responsible for cleaning up or collecting bad or defaulted loans.
Ooh, okay.
Ooh.
Nope.
Excellent. All right, Bella, you are cleaning up defaulted loans. Take us in.
Hello, Greg. This is Bella.
Hi, Bella. How are you today?
I'm wonderful. How about yourself?
I'm fantastic. I'm glad that we got the chance to meet. I wanted to talk to you about my philosophy on your customer, my potential client, someone we know as a struggling small business. And I wanted to reframe potentially the way bankers or loss mitigation officers think about their borrower who was once a valued customer and has now become someone who could be a headache or a problem or some obstacle.
Okay.
So what I would like to do here is I want to change that relationship and I want to bring it back to square one, where you came together with a borrower, with a small business person. The bank had a vision of helping him. They had the vision of growing a business and being part of the community and an ongoing concern. And things change. Things happen along the way. And it doesn't matter if someone is particularly at fault or not. The issue is that it exists. And now that you are left with a non-performing loan. So I want to come in here. I want to give this company the help that they need. I want to get them back on their feet, remove the obstacles that prevent them from being profitable. And then I want to change your relationship with that borrower and bring it back to what it once was when the day that you met.
Wow.
Will you help me?
That sounds very interesting. Yes.
All right. Then it's a simple process. Under confidential circumstances, of course, I'd like you to make an introduction to me to anywhere between 1 to all of your defaulting customers and allow me to get into their building to have a discussion and a confidential consultation to see how I can protect them and fix their business, which in turn will protect the balance of the loan that you wrote them. And my cost for all doing this is nothing. It's goodwill. And it is at the purpose or the intention of restoring this company back to profitability. There's really no downside to it. It's
and
just
what's
a new
in
concept.
it for you?
Well, I get a client. I get a new client, and I get the ability to save a business that we may have otherwise lost.
Got it.
Back in about 3 weeks.
That sounds very, very interesting, and I can feel your heart in wanting to save a business.
What do we have to do to get started? We know that we have these people on your list. We know that they're a problem. How can I get an introduction from you? I need you to walk me in and let me know that it's safe to them. And then I'll do the same on the back end.
Yeah, I would say from here, we just set up a call and we'll start making some introductions.
I'm ready Monday morning at 9 a.m. How about you?
Let's do it. Will there be shoes involved though?
I think there will be.
Okay, then it's a deal.
Excellent. I'm glad we had our meeting today.
Thank you, Greg.
Try it at 3 o'clock in the morning.
Sean, are you back? Oh, we must have lost Sean.
Not the whole time, I hope.
I hope not either.
Okay.
Sounded like you had a ticket call.
I think Bruce is
Yeah, Bruce,
taking a
if
call.
you could mute while you're on the phone. don't know if you can hear us.
Are you talking to me?
Yes.
Yeah, can
can
you
hear you on the
mute?
phone. Yep.
Sorry, got a call.
No worries. No worries.
It was a guy from a bank.
A guy from a bank.
It's working already.
It was Greg.
It's working already. Awesome. Well, I'm not sure where Sean is,
Yeah,
but
no, excellent job.
there
Yeah,
you
excellent job. Excellent work. I just having trouble muting. So thank you guys. Terrific work. Let's see what the judges have to say. So Dominic, we're going to go 30 seconds of feedback for Chris. 15 seconds will work. 15 seconds will be optimized. And then a score on a scale of 1 to 10, please. Dominic, what do you have, please, for Chris?
Yeah, you know, I think Chris and Bella know each other, so I think at first it is, you know, he had to get off it. It took a couple seconds to get going, but once he got going, I think got more into the role playing part. You know, he did real well. I would say, you know, 8 out of 10. He found the common grounds. You know, you could tell he's passionate about the topic. Was, you know, giving her new information and kind of bringing her, you know, into a topic that she really didn't know, and he did a pretty good job, you know, once he got going. So I would say about 8 out of 10.
Nice. Thank you, Dominic. Dave, what do you have, my friend, for Chris?
I thought Chris did a great job, and what I liked about the way the call went was it was very methodical. He's very direct, but he also intertwined the relationship part of it. And I don't know if it's because they know each other, but he was able to really get to the solution pretty quickly, which, and I think people appreciate when you don't walk through the rose garden, you really kind of get to it. And I think he did a great job with that.
Awesome.
And your score is?
I'd give him, you know, a 9.25. I thought it was great.
Nice.
Thank you, Dave. Excellent job.
Yeah,
Bruce,
you know.
what do you have for Greg? Yeah, please, Bruce, what do you have for Greg?
I like Greg. Greg was talking quite knowledgeably about all the things that he was what I consider a very dull subject, and I'm an insurance agent. So I thought it was very interesting. He had solutions for people that were not performing as they had signed up for. And I thought it was an excellent presentation. If I had to give it a number, I'm going to have to go at least an 8 on this one. Number 8.
Neck and neck. Awesome.
Thank you, Bruce.
And Axel, what do you have for Greg, please?
So Greg did an excellent job, and within the time frame, to actually describe the problem, describing his solution, and deriving the conversation to an end result. What is the next step? So he did a masterly full representation of what his company does and what he can do for the insurance agent as well as for the company. And I give him actually a 9.5.
Ooh. All right. Excellent, Axel. Love it. Excellent job, Greg and Chris. So what we're going to do now is we're going to step into putting me on the spot. So it's time to put me on the spot, on the hot seat, if you will, where I have to go from hello to yes, like Chris and Greg just did, except I'll have to do it on any topic as long as it's integrous. Any topic as long as it's integrous. Like we're not selling swampland in the middle of Los Angeles. We are instead going from hello to yes and something integrous, because what the show stands for is the reality and the truth. That while the Hulk might have had super strength, it could throw a car, crush a car, it is nothing in comparison between the superpower of influence when somebody does not have the superpower of influence. The difference isn't linear. It's not even exponential often. Sometimes it's infinite. How is it to be infinite? I mean, very simple example. I hired four salespeople, and the first time I hired salespeople 15 years ago, actually it was 15 years ago. And first 4 people came in, answered an ad, and we were booking training meetings with corporations. First person booked 0 meetings in 2 weeks. Second person booked 0 meetings in 2 weeks. Third person booked 0 meetings in 2 weeks. 0, 0, 0. The fourth person, who when I called him and said, yeah, hey, can we have a conversation? He's like, oh, dude, I know, I did terrible, man. And like, I just was really unfocused, and I'd even work like the full days. Like, I get it, and, I'm sure I really like stunk. Like, no, actually, the other 3 people booked 0, 0, and 0 meetings. You booked 30. He's like, oh. And that person went on to book 2,000 meetings for me, and his name happened to be Greg. So there's no number, of course, that you can multiply times 0 to get 30. So the difference wasn't linear. It wasn't exponential. It was actually infinite. And that superpower of influence is why certain people, like Oprah Winfrey, who in micro distinctions in the middle of the room, you'd have no idea there's any differential between Oprah and somebody else at a party, but went on to become a multi-billionaire and hold a microphone for 30,000 people. And Bruce Springsteen goes on to become what Rolling Stone calls the #1 live artist in rock history, in at least some of their surveys. So how did those things get created? It is the superpower of influence. So I'm on the spot, got to go from low to yes. Let's play with it, because it's what controls our marketing, our selling, our leading, our managing, our recruiting, our fundraising, all of it. So Bella Verita, who is selecting this scenario?
Can I go with my friend Chris?
Sure.
Chris, you get to put Sean on the hot seat. You get to create a scenario, or you can actually pass it off to somebody else and let them create the scenario.
The scenario I think I'll choose is trying to influence San Diego to get an NFL football team.
Ooh, that's fun. And so, Chris, who am I talking to?
So you should be
San
talking
Diego?
to the government, not the city of San Diego, to be able to revamp Qualcomm Stadium so that they'll come back.
Awesome. Okay, and are you going to be the, let's say, mayor of San Diego, or would you like somebody else to be? Should it be the mayor, and would you like to be that person?
I think that it should be the mayor, and Bella would be a great mayor for the city of San Diego.
Let's go with somebody else. Since I already role played, let's give somebody else the opportunity.
Dominic.
There we go.
Dominic, would you be the mayor of San Diego?
Sure, absolutely.
Hey, Mr. Mayor, I know you only have 3 minutes, and I'm immensely grateful for the opportunity. So I appreciate you taking the time to have a conversation with me.
My pleasure. So what can I do for you?
Yeah, so Mr. Mayor, I know that you care massively about the city of San Diego. We're coming out of the backside of this pandemic. I certainly have seen many videos of your speeches. I am a fan of your work. I'm clear that you stand for vision, for hope, for possibility, for progress, for acceleration, and some fun and magic. Like, I'm present to it all. So, but if you wouldn't mind sharing, sir, what is your vision as you would articulate it for the future of this great city?
Well, and I appreciate the positive feedback on the city. It's a wonderful place to live, and that's what we want to do. Is we want to continue the tradition of San Diego, and it just being one of the best places to live in the United States. Great weather, great people, one of the cleanest cities. I appreciate that feedback, and that's what we're striving for. Just to keep it going, and just trying to see if we can make this city even better than it is. It's a great community. Like I said, great people and different businesses that are here. All the local businesses, really pride ourselves on that as well. It's just an amazing city, and I'm blessed to be able to try to make it even better than it is. So, what would you say? You would do better for the city. Any suggestions that you may have?
Yeah, and I don't even know, Mr. Mayor. I don't even know, Mr. Mayor, if I would actually use the word better. I might just use, hey, there's some distinctions that could add real value. Quick footnote, I know we're short on time. Your city changed my life, literally. In 1997, flying out there, to San Diego, I was given a book by my chiropractor, Awaken the Giant Within by Tony Robbins, as I was on the way to a trial lawyers convention where Jerry Spence was speaking. That trip with the work, what Jerry Spence said in that room and talked about the power of influence, and what I learned to control my fear on those flights back and forth and in the beautiful hotels in San Diego, including staying at the Hotel Del, changed my life. And I still go out there. I surf. I've been to multiple leadership conferences out there, and I mean it. So when I say those words, I mean every part of it. The fact that you can go in the water and might have a seal swim by as you play in La Jolla and all the other spaces in and around the city and the area, it is truly extraordinary. So that's not just words and hype. It is a part of my life. Every time I think San Diego, I think progress, I think acceleration, I think vision. And so, again, I thank you for that. And
Absolutely.
in terms of what to do from here, and I know this is a wildly complex topic, but if there's some resonance here, I'd request a longer meeting to show you why I think it makes economic sense, why I think it makes impact and contribution sense, and it would truly be an amazingly optimal decision. And what I'm talking about is bringing a team, NFL team, back to San Diego. And in the space, and whatever the dynamic
you're looking to bring back an NFL team to San Diego. We just got rid of one.
Yeah, I absolutely understand. And Mr. Mayor, could I ask, why did you get rid of that team?
Well, there was a lack of draw, unfortunately, to the stadium. We weren't able to get enough fans out there, weren't able to get enough viewership for the team itself. And I think it's just because there's so much to do in San Diego outdoors. Obviously, it doesn't rain here that much. I mean, it's just, as you said, it's a beautiful city. There's so much you can do outdoors and things of that nature. And again, like I was telling you earlier, it's such a community-based city that it's a shame that we can't get more fans out to the stadiums, and kind of get that camaraderie in a different light, like some of the other cities are able to do throughout the country. It was an absolute shame. The stadium is in a little bit of a disarray and probably definitely needs a major revamp for something like that to happen as well. I mean, it's a very big undertaking to have an NFL team and be successful. The NFL, they want results, and if you're not giving it, you can go bankrupt pretty quickly.
Yeah, understood. Final. I have you hit that nail on the head,
Bruce, please.
Yeah, you hit it on the head, Mr. Mayor. You hit it on the head. I have a plan that if it is any resonance at all, I ask for a 60-minute meeting with you in person to show you what I'm talking about, to create exactly what San Diego is through a stadium, which is one of the most dynamic, aspirational, connected, energized cities on earth through actualization and the revamp of Qualcomm. And it's a public-private partnership as always. And I'll show you the numbers as we go through the vision. And there's a lot of ways to play with the numbers and cause value exchanges between stakeholders that would want to make this into the stadium to end all stadiums. I don't just mean luxury. I mean truly interactive dynamics at levels that no stadium, and I've analyzed it, has in the country or in the world. If there's any resonance, Mr. Mayor, if there's not, I understand. If there's any pull, which I think that a meeting around this space would be super valuable for you in the city, to have this conversation, and this would not be about bringing an NFL team back to San Diego. This would be about creating a state-of-the-art experience in San Diego, which is what San Diego is all about, combining nature, family, people, energy, outdoorsiness, all of it in one facility. So any resonance there or not, sir?
If you were able to pull that off, absolutely. Absolutely.
All right, we'll set it up. Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Okay, out of roll.
Thank you for your
Dominic,
time. I look forward
Mr.
to
Mayor. Thank you. So Dominic, how did that feel for you?
It was good. I mean, hey, it's some really good points there, that you're making, and I like the way that honestly, I like the way that you kind of pulled it in there. If it's not just about the NFL team, about the experience. It was pretty good angle. Let's put it that way.
All right, Chris, how'd we do with bringing a revamp to San Diego and its relationship with Qualcomm and the NFL?
Couldn't have been better. You did amazing. I loved how you included personal experience, how you included the values and built up the city, and you built up the mayor. I mean, all of those things were true rapport building things that I think would make sure that you got that meeting. He couldn't do anything but say yes.
Yeah.
That's what
Well,
he
I
do.
appreciate that. No, I appreciate that, Chris, enormously. So Dominic, thank you for everything you did. How was your time and experience with us today in the Real Run? Again, I apologize for technical dynamics being off camera. This is the second time in 300 plus episodes that's happened. But yes, how was your experience with us today? Please, Dominic.
Yeah, I mean, so it's been great. Yeah, definitely great. A good group of people here. I mean, everyone seems I don't ever like to say at the top of your game, because I always feel like there's room. Everybody has room for improvement. I would never want to feel like I'm hitting my ceiling, but there's a lot of great people on the call today, and so far it's been good. I mean, definitely, I love this kind of stuff, and always like to hear different people's angles. I mean, I am who I am today, not just because of myself, but I always take a little bit from someone, and I've always told people it doesn't matter. They could be the lowest producing person in the office. You can always pull something from someone. Maybe it's even something positive, that you can do yourself, or maybe they're showing you how not to do something. So that's kind of what I pulled today. It's just a wide range of personalities, personal experiences, different walks of life, and it's been interesting. Absolutely.
Awesome. Well, thank you, brother. Dave, thank you for being here. Thank you for sharing your heart, your amazingness, and how was your experience with us here today?
It was great. I really enjoyed meeting new people. Things like this push people to get outside of their comfort zone, and that's really where you grow, is when you get outside your comfort zone. And I think, relationship wise, I mean, 90% of my business now, I've been in commercial real estate for, 35 years. 90% of my business revolves around relationships, getting to know people and hearing, what's going on in their world rather than just my world. And it's scenarios like this where, you hear what everybody else is doing and what they're also, to grow their business as well as what business they're in. And I find like things like this are very rewarding, and and it's always great to meet nice people. Everybody here is very professional, and I thought it was a great experience. So thank you very much for having me, and I really appreciate you taking the time.
Well, Dave, thank you, and your professionalism, heart, integrity, all of it was present. So thank you, brother. Bruce, thank you for being here. How was your experience and time with us today on the Real Raw?
Well, it's kind of exciting. I get that excitement that you get when you're like someone puts a microphone in your hand. Still trying to figure out what the purpose is. What are we doing here? And talking about power of influence and things of that nature. I don't see it. Someone's got to explain this to me further. Maybe someone can. I'll go with the chat thing later on and try to get someone to call me back and tell me what the hell we're doing here. And why we're doing it.
Well, yeah, what we're doing is playing and expanding the power of influence, how that works, what's happening. It's an introduction, bringing awesome people together, and it's based as we roll into the initial video. I've had the unique privilege of having 2 top 100 national and jury verdicts, one of only 2 people in the country at 1.2 million to do that between 2014 and 16. Last 4 times I've spoken for charity, I would have said yesterday it was 3.4 million raised. 2 million more was wiring yesterday. It's 5.4 million. And those dynamics were at events where people hope to raise $50,000 or $100,000. It's not about me. It's about there's massive differentials in the way that people put communication together to create results. So we're turning influence into a competitive sport, a learning masterful dynamic, because it just doesn't exist in the world. And we go through school. I was an Ivy League graduate, and I was an honors graduate in law school, and nowhere in that space was the skill of influence taught at any level. And the differential amongst people is seismic, even among successful people, to create true change and impact in the world. So the actual fundamental thing we're doing is we have leaders causing leaders to come together to merge ecosystems for 1 + 1 = 1 trillion relationships, or at least more than 10, to make the world an even greater place. And we are the fastest growing company in the world in personal development, coaching, and training right now, number 1. And number 2, we do no paid advertising, period. It's all relationship and experientially based. So we're proving out all those different models, because the world of Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, all of it does not get you into a relationship with your ideal avatar. It gets you into a relationship with somebody searching for something, and that's not where the most influential and powerful people in the world meet and connect. And that's what we're doing.
I got a real quick question for you. Yeah, that helps. That's very helpful. A quick question.
Yes.
Are you blind?
I am blind.
And you surf?
I am blind, and I surf, and I surf in hurricanes. I ski double black diamonds. Yes.
He teaches people how to surf. He teaches people how to ski. He's taught me how to do both.
I surf and I manage to hit a rock every time I can't seem to do it. How do you do that? You just luck of the draw. How do you not hit a rock?
Well, number one, I don't tend to surf. I surf a lot in Long Beach Island, New Jersey. It's my home surf base. I don't surf where there's a bunch of rocks. And when I surf in San Diego, I surf far. I surf far away from the rocks. I surf far. I do beach breaks and surf far away from rocks.
Yeah, Malibu's got a lot of rocks in it. It's stay away from Malibu. All right.
I'd love to surf with you someday, Bruce. Well, thank you, my friend.
Thanks.
Thank you. Axel, how was your time with us here today, my friend?
Sean, absolutely great. It's always good to hear, and it doesn't matter in which age group, I call them all startup entrepreneurs, because what we have seen here is basically that we have two entrepreneurs that are trying to bring a value proposition forward and get a positive answer, whether it's investment or a meeting to go to the next step. Something that is up my alley because I do this for about 500 companies a year. And I love this environment because I can give back to the entrepreneurs what I have to learn or what I learned over the last 25, 30 years.
Awesome, brother. Appreciate you being here. Chris, awesome scenario. Any friend of the Influence Sorceress is a friend of mine, if you accept me as such. So welcome to the party. And how was your experience today?
Excellent experience. I learned a lot and enjoyed meeting the diverse group of men on this group, and then hope to hear more and learn more as we continue to connect. I put my contact info in here as you guys suggested, if anybody would like to, and absolutely enjoyed my time.
Chris, thank you. Thank you. And Greg, taking it home. Thank you, brother, for being here. How was your experience?
Very good, and thank you for asking, Sean. A lot of good things have been said already. Over the years, I've had some formal sales training, and things that were taught to me I've held on to, things about not relying on a product, but relying on myself, relying on communication, relying on reaching people, making friends, relationships. I think we heard that coming into this meeting, that this is a relationship understanding and how to make those things right and build those bonds and those connections. And then when you have the best product or even one that's just pretty good, you usually end up doing business with people and making friends. So I'm hearing a lot of those teachings and a lot of those philosophies that I already know and understand and believe in, and that's getting reinforced for me. I like what was said before about coming out of your comfort zone a little bit, engaging a group of I won't say strangers, but friends that I don't know yet, and laying it out on the line in somewhat of a raw presentation and getting some pleasant and constructive feedback and having the opportunity to take a little look at how I may be received by people that I'm speaking to. And I'm sure that's going to pay back tenfold to me. So thank you for having me on the show and letting me participate and taking this experience with me.
Thank you, Greg. Appreciate you very, very much, for sure.
And I have to throw this in.
Yeah, please.
Vacationed in Long Beach Island as a kid in the 70s a dozen times, and just some of the best memories of my childhood. So that's just something that hit home, Sean.
I love it. That's my home base beach. And number one, I got places there. And number two, it is the home of the shark attack that was booked by Peter Benchley and eventually the movie, the 1916 shark attacks in Long Beach Island and the further coast. As a quick fun fact. Yeah, that's it.
Glad I wasn't there until the 70s.
Oh, awesome. Bell Rita, final.
Final today, Sean, is, Bruce asked, what is this all about? And one of the things I've heard you say is the hardest thing to do in business is to assemble an audience of your ideal avatars. And one of the members in Unblinded did an event just like this and did $17 million in business just from having a shared experience with ideal avatars. And so we unpack what integrity-based human influence actually is. And so up there, you'll see there is a gift from Sean that the team put in. That is a guide that Sean created for everyone on what is the formula. There is a formula from going from hello to yes. There is a formula for getting more time, money, and your magic in your life. So definitely download that guide there. And then the team also put in, we have a live event here in New Jersey. Everyone is invited on Thursday the 15th. Whether you're on the East Coast, the West Coast, everybody is invited. Definitely want to get your ticket. And, Sean, I think final is, I shared this with Chris earlier, is that Tony Robbins said there's no one that leads with more heart and more integrity. And I've been in the coaching world for a long time and in different spaces. And I haven't seen anyone that helps people get more time, more money, and more magic in a heart-centered, integrity-based way than Sean Callagy and Unblinded. So just want to say thank you for everyone for being here. Sean, thank you for everything that you do, and hope to see you guys at one of our live events soon. Back to you, Sean.
Yeah, no, really appreciate it. Really appreciate it. And by the way, like what Bella just shared about Tony, which is humbling and unbelievable. She was in the room when he said it to the room, so that's not like a made up line and a throwaway. He wasn't paid for that. We don't have any financial relationship with Tony, but I'm immensely grateful. And I would never call him a friend until he called me a friend first and name drop, but he has called me his dear friend, and he is my dear friend. And he's an extraordinary human being that's impacted my life beyond measure. So love all you guys. Appreciate you being here. And really, truly, with all of it, there's so much more we can all co-create together in the world. When people with intentionality come together to do great things, those words are said by many, executed virtually never. But it's here, and we're committed to it. And the key thing is that wisdom and prior experience lead to blindness. They do, but it's okay, because Bella Rita, we're all blind.
And just learning to see. Bye-bye, everyone.
So love you guys.
Bye.
Have a great day.
Thanks for your time.
I guess.